What's going on, everybody? Bitcoin Birch. I'm here with Franklin Fitch, and we are here today to talk to you about Beaxy Exchange and why we're excited. How you doing?
Doing pretty well, man. Having a swell day.
Yep, excited. So for those who don't know, Franklin's a part of the Crypto Fam. I'm with Bitcoin Bravado, and we are avid supporters of Beaxy Exchange. What's your role specifically with Beaxy?
Yeah, so I'm head of marketing for Beaxy. About 6-7 months ago, I joined kind of as an external consultant and was working with Artak, the CEO, and then over time my role transitioned to more of a direct part of the team. And recently kind of dove in head first, and that's where we are today. So
it's been a lot of fun, and many of you may know, but I work as an advisor to the Beaxy team, so I'm not directly employed by Beaxy, but I say that because we want to share some information about Beaxy, and we want to share some information about the token sale as well. But first, it's really important that you know this is obviously going to be a biased review. I mean, we're both avid members of the community and supporters of Beaxy, and so take that with a grain of salt and always make sure to do your own research. We have a vested interest in the success of this company, so we're not going to sit up here and say anything bad about it, but we are going to share some of the things that we really like, and then you can form your own opinion. What was the one thing that made you decide that Beaxy was worth your time?
To be perfectly honest with you, it was Artak. Met him at a dinner, and we started conversing, and he said, hey, we're looking for a little bit more support in the marketing department. He kind of gave me the elevator pitch, which was rough at the time, and we've refined it since. But
yeah.
It was very compelling. I quickly realized this guy was a genius, and his vision for what a crypto exchange could be was very strong, and he had the technical capabilities to execute on that vision.
Yep.
And the support from their partner, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I believed he could do what he said he was going to do. So
perfect. So with me, I first met Artak, the CEO, a couple of months back, actually at a lunch with Franklin here in Chicago. And for me, it was, why another crypto exchange? Why should any of you guys care about Beaxy or potentially investing in the underlying utility token for Beaxy? And I had those same questions when I first started evaluating the product.
We get those questions a lot.
Right, and so obviously Beaxy's trying to build a better mousetrap, but what I learned more about quickly and what got me super excited was the partnership with OneTick. So what exactly is that?
Yeah, so OneTick is a solution by a company called One Market Data, and they provide services for clients like Bloomberg, Scottrade, the Federal Reserve, Bank of America. It's a laundry list of kind of legacy finance giants.
Yep.
And they provide these data services. They were looking to get into crypto. Artak reached out to them and said, hey, we've got a matching engine, we've got a system now. We think it could be a lot better. We think you guys could help us build something that's truly extraordinary. And they said, we've never built a matching engine for crypto before. We'd love to work with you and do that. And that's been a year-long journey with them. It's not a small task to build that level of technology, and so it's been working back and forth with their team.
So what that means is that from a scalability standpoint, Beaxy has an infrastructure that's unique, and because this is a legacy financial tool, it's basically going to put Beaxy on par from a transactions standpoint with like a NASDAQ or something.
Right. Yeah, actually NASDAQ is clocking at about 250,000 transactions per second per pair. So we'll be somewhere in that range. Again, that's where we're benchmarking. This is part of the part where we can be less biased and say, like, we don't have real traders on there with real volume yet.
Yeah.
We haven't launched. Obviously, we know that situation could be a little bit different versus the benchmarks. That's kind of an ideal test case, but that's where we're clocking, and that's the level of technology they deliver. So.
Now, there's a million things that you can learn about Beaxy, and again, I encourage you to do your own research. But to wrap it up, the other thing that really stuck out to me was how they were embracing the trader. At the end of the day, the vast majority of their clients are going to be retail traders just like you and I. And what I saw was a company that was committed to delivering a suite of tools that we can actually use. So many exchanges don't even have stop losses or other conditional order types, let alone 22 different order types that Beaxy will have. That's going to allow you to set all sorts of custom orders and actually trailing stop losses. I mean, you name it, right? That are going to allow you to be an actual trader and use some of those tools. And that was something that got me pretty excited as well.
The OneTick is what enables us to have the order types. So I think we'll have 15 plus on day one. We're still not sure exactly what the number is going to be. We'll scale up beyond that. Somewhere in the mid-20s is where we'll end up. but they basically allow us to have those super potent, trailing stops, conditional logic, all those kind of orders. And then, an example of a feature that came from the community is multiple wallets per currency. We've gotten great feedback on this feature. Basically, you've got Bitcoin on the exchange. You want to have, let's say, a high, medium, and low risk portfolio. You can do that and have separate wallets and keep it much more organized than you could do previously. Or if you're managing money for friends or family, it's much easier to keep their money in different wallets.
Yep.
Totally. Keep it all maintained, and that was an example of some feedback we got from the community, and we just went out and built it.
So below this video, there should be a link in some capacity that goes to a little bit more of a detailed write-up on Beaxy and some of the things that I really like about it, some of the things that Franklin and other people in the community really like, and why you're seeing Beaxy links all over Twitter and everything else. They've also been very transparent, so it's not hard to do some research and learn all sorts of different things, as well as how you can actually get involved in the ambassador program, which we'd love to have more ambassadors out there, obviously pushing the good words. As members of the community, Crypto Fam and Bitcoin Bravado, we wanted to come out and say these are a couple of the reasons that we're personally really excited about it. And as investors, the underlying utility of an exchange token with staking capabilities and getting a discount on trading fees for holding Beaxy token, you may be interested in the token sale. And if you are, the link to participate via Open Token is below. It's available to eligible investors. You have to be accredited and go through all the normal process through Open Token. If you are interested, as I know that I am, as an investor as well as a contributor to the company, Open Token is a great way to get involved with the ICO, and that information is going to be below the video as well. Franklin, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, everyone. Nice
Cheers.
talking to you.